Hello, friends of fellow nerds. We're back again with the Comic Book Independence Day Big Sale at
You
Moonlight
finally
Comics.
got it. It just took you
I
20
did,
minutes.
man.
Did you say big sale or bake sale?
It's a bake sale.
Oh,
We got
okay.
some no-bake cookies and
I'm so
fucking
hungry
pumpkin
right now.
pies that people bought at a store and don't give a shit about, and they just put it out and say they've made it.
They're in the shape of X-Men.
We're on to you. We're on to you, housewives across America. You did not bake that pumpkin pie. We're sitting here today with the guys who created Reclamation. This amazing comic book. We have local comic book. It's very, very cool. And some very cool guys that actually do it. We're sitting here with Mr. Travis Huber. Travis, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Jeremy. How about you?
I'm doing well, man. And Josh Bruce. Josh is you're the inker. That's correct.
Yeah, the ink and some colors.
So ink and colors. That's
Because
very
I'm
cool.
not just a tracer.
As he gives a death stare to Jordan.
Right. Josh, we get you come up on the mic just a little bit, buddy.
All right.
All right, thank you. You can actually lift that up. You can sit back and chill with it. Make yourself at home. Nothing formal here. This is
That's fine. You're good.
yeah. No, that's on second thought. Just get.
I'm just going to leave it right here.
Just leave it alone.
So, guys, tell me about Reclamation.
Well, actually, the project has been 4 years in the making. It's an idea that I had a very, very long time ago. Where really oddly enough, it was born from the old Looney Tunes cartoons, where you have the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other one, trying to kind of pull you one way or the other.
That's how
awesome.
I live my life.
I know.
The devil is always winning.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't the
usually pulls
devil?
harder.
Isn't the devil usually Elmer Fudd in those?
Most of
cartoons?
the time, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Now in this one, our guy's a little more grotesque than Elmer Fudd.
Oh!
He looks a little more like Gavin Rossdale from Bush. I think.
So is he get to bang Gwen Stefani or
No, sadly, I don't think so. I think we might have missed the boat on that one.
a 40-something-year-old fish dog?
But that's kind of where the idea came from, and so
Right on.
we had this idea that an angel, Lucidus or Lucy, as her common name is,
Sure.
she decides to leave heaven and come back down here to help this guy David out,
Naturally.
because she doesn't know. She knows that he can be better than what he is because he used to be a great guy. But what she doesn't know is that Legion, the horde of demons, has actually returned to Earth, and so she's actually part of a much bigger plot than she even is aware of.
That fucking guy always returning to Earth.
I know.
to stir shit up.
He shows up all the time. It's because there's so many of them.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, that's kind of how it all started. And then while Lucy is helping David kind of through a tough time, Obscurus, or Obi, is our demon character who's been sent to Earth to kind of hone his skills in deception by an elder demon named Fenris. Which I kind of borrowed that idea from C.S. Lewis's The Screw Tape Letters. So what he's doing is he's kind of learning how to be the bad guy. And so he sees that Lucy is helping David out, and he's like, I'm going to get in a mess with this guy too. So that's where we created that dichotomy between the angel and the demon, pulling him one way or the other throughout the entire series. So
I like it, man. It sounds
Very
very
nice.
interesting. Very cool. So where are you guys at with the comic right now?
right now, we are about 2/3 of the way through production of the first issue. We just finished our Indiegogo fundraising campaign.
Yesterday.
Yes, last night. Well, okay, funny story. I did not know that Indiegogo was on Pacific time. So at 11:59, I'm like just mad dogging social media, like, oh, you're like 60
And it's
seconds
9 o'clock.
left. Yeah. And then I flip over to Indiegogo real quick to like watch it tick down, and I'm like, wait a minute, why does this still have 3 hours? And it was like, at midnight Pacific Standard Time, and I was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
That
So then I had to go back on all the social media sites and be like, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
That
Like, hold
really
on.
wasn't that funny.
But yeah, no, it's actually gone.
I'm
really,
sorry,
really
man.
well, so.
I hate to interrupt you. Jordan is our resident villain. He's an asshole. He means nothing by it, or he does. That just depends. He either means nothing by it or something by it, but he's our resident villain. I guess every show's got to have a villain.
I'm the dick.
I mean, if everybody was a funny man, it wouldn't be funny anymore.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Jordan has been bitter ever since The Walking Dead killed Dale. So ever since then, his life has not been the same.
Man, it's been a while. Too.
Fair enough.
Actually,
It's a couple
yeah.
seasons.
He's been sad ever since they discontinued the Slimer pies.
Yeah, Ninja Turtle pies. Get it right.
Whatever. Either way, and the crazy part is that he's literally, I don't think he's ever met these guys, and he's just a dick right off the bat. Like, it's different when you know somebody and you kind of play a dick.
I mean,
He's literally, like, this guy over here, man, is a hardworking artist. He's an inker and colorist on the comic, and Jordan goes, oh, you're a tracer.
Oh, for God's sake, it was a Chasing Amy reference.
No,
I got it immediately, but yeah.
Okay,
It's a touchy subject.
So I just thought I would bring that up. He's definitely the villain on this show.
so your process going through for Project Reclamation.
I know, right?
Um,
Tongue twister.
well, there's a lot of because for me, and I can't talk very well anyway. So, but no, it's awesome. But so your process, you say you're about 2/3 of the way through,
Mhm.
and your process from getting it going to where it's at. What's that been like?
Well, actually, it's been kind of cool because this is a total freshman attempt. We just released a 0 issue on Free Comic Book Day, and we sold out of it, which was cool. It was only a 100-copy run, so it wasn't a huge run, but we sold out of it. Most of it was pre-order stuff. A lot of the folks that were, wow, look at that. He does exist.
Kane.
Our artists just
They
wandered
do
in-
exist.
Wandered in here.
Kane, take
randomly.
my spot. I'm being a dick.
So-
Take it.
Well, I'm glad I could remedy that.
But go on, sorry.
Extra treat. So anyway, like I said, we released our 0 issue. Was really just it was like a 12-page teaser issue of stuff that was coming out, and it was really, really well received. We had some original artwork by both Josh and Matt Walker, who was our colorist as well. They did some really great splash art pieces for the rear end of the comic book.
The rear
The
end.
rear end. Well,
The back door, if
the
you
front
will.
half of it was like 6 pages of actual story. So you got like the basic teaser of what was going to happen, and then the back 6 pages were just a lot of splash art showing off some characters and some stuff like that.
And I'd just like to point out that I think it's very nice that Kane could take time out of his busy schedule of punching army tanks to be here.
They're all on the border right now.
Yeah.
I couldn't find
Ladies
any
and
to find.
gentlemen, y'all know Kane if you guys listen to the Moonlight Sessions. Kane's been on the show with us before. Kane's actually the artist on Reclamation, that's right? That is
Well,
very cool.
artist
Oh,
might
well,
be too hoity-toity a
pencil,
word.
penciler?
Pencil
I guess?
jockey is the one that
Pencil
I coined,
jockey,
I think.
yeah.
He's a pencil pusher.
Now,
So-
are you as good as the guy who did the Stone Cold comic?
Oh Lord.
I have the first 4 issues here.
The cover of that issue of the Stone Cold Steve Austin comic, it looks like Stone Cold is trying to take a shit.
It's almost like it almost looks kind of like Frank Valentino.
Like I
Yeah.
wanted to believe in it, but I just can't get behind it when Steve Austin is supposed to be menacing and he looks like he has hemorrhoids.
Yeah, he does look a little constipated. Which if
Yeah.
Steve Austin were constipated, he might be a little more intimidating than he would normally. I mean,
or he
I
might
would.
be friendly. You
Yeah,
never
he
know.
could.
It's his
he could,
superpower.
Someone please give me some milk and magnesia.
This is pretty intimidating.
He fights crime with the inability to poop.
You know why he looks like that? Because he ate Jake the Snake.
There you go. Yeah.
That's what happened.
I just want to say, Travis, your voice sounds particularly resonant on the radio or
I do
the
try.
podcast or the.
It's,
Boy, I
it's
just
what it
dated
is.
myself.
We're on the internet.
We're
The
on
interweb,
interwebs.
yeah. Yeah, well, I'm old. I can't.
So back to the issue at hand.
Anyway.
I don't know what it is, man. I just keep wanting to bring up that fucking Steve Austin comic.
It's
I
'cause
hate
it's
it
right
so
there.
much.
It's right there. It's staring at you. the
Oh
entire
my
time.
god.
It's kind of like a hemorrhoid.
It
It's not going away. It's
It
just.
isn't, man. No, you somebody apply some cream to that thing and see if it leaves.
See if it disappears.
He covers it up with a bag of white cheddar
Now
popcorn.
he's peeking out from underneath of it.
Yeah.
So for Reclamation now, as far as distro, where are you guys going with distribution?
Right now, obviously here at Moonlight Comics, we've got a really good working relationship with Jay and the crew here.
As do we.
We're courting some other comic book shops kind of regionally. We're selling them online as well, just through our Facebook page. Basically, it's an old fashioned. Hey, you order it, we'll send you the PayPal link and then mail it out to you. As with all the stuff that we got from Indiegogo, all the perks that were cashed in for that, we're going to be mailing out all kinds of stuff here soon, which was actually really cool because while it's going to cost us more money than we expected, we ended up getting donors from India, Budapest, Hungary,
Wow.
Perth, Australia, and Hamburg, Germany. So,
That's very cool, man.
we're actually technically international.
Going
So-
international.
Maybe 1 or 2 copies at a time, but we are leaving the country.
Yeah,
So,
that's like us with listeners. We have a very wide fan base, in the hundreds. 7 people listen to the show, so that's awesome. I'm really glad we could help boost your career to the next level. I'll tell you what, man. If you sell 1 issue after this show, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I'm excited about it because, like I said, this is our first time doing a full-on comic book series. We've got a 12-issue arc planned out, and finally, after 4 years' time, all the pieces have come into play. So it's working out really well.
Now, where are you as far as writing? Have you actually written the entire run?
Yes,
at this
all
point?
12 issues are written. The first 5 issues are scripted at this point, and I'm continuing to work on scripts for the
Now
rest of them.
we talked a little bit about Reclamation. This has been what, a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
you and I talked about it probably.
We did. I actually
took.
myself. I'm going to plug myself here. I actually took a shot at some ink and color for the original cover you had commissioned, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I had a
awesome.
chance to see the actual finished product of Reclamation, and I got to tell you, it's way better than what I did with. No, you don't even understand. Like, it's not even in the same field. Like I finished. I don't think I finished it. I got halfway into it, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm having a blast with this. It's going to look amazing. And I walk over and I pick it up, and I just frown and throw it back down. It looks so much better than what I was able to do with the cover.
Well, that was actually a really cool thing that happened. I've been a comic book junkie since the late '80s, and Bart Sears has hands down been my favorite comic book artist of all time. I love the guy. I love his work. Everything that he's ever done, I bought it. And so we were able, through the generosity of our friends with the Zero issue, we were actually able to commission Bart Sears to do the cover for us.
That is very cool, man.
And
that's
and
a big deal.
Oh yeah, it was huge. And I didn't think it was going to happen because when I first started this, I didn't know anything about how to make a comic book. I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to email all the people that I used to read their comic books.
Right? Yeah.
So, I sent stuff out to Joe Madrera and Brian Polito, Jim Lee, like all of the people all the names that I could remember. I was like, I'm just going to email them all. If I can find a contact, I'm going to put it out there. And the only guy that answered me back positively was Bart. And it's not that the other guys were negative about it. It's just they all had other stuff going on, other commitments. They were working for whatever. And Bart was like, yeah, what do you got?
That's awesome. You can't ask for anything better.
And I was
than
like, what?
What do you mean?
Well, I've got this.
I'm making this comic book. Will you please do some art?
Like, that's pretty much what it was like. I went immediately stupid the second that he started talking to me. And
it's like you almost didn't expect him to actually write back.
Yeah. Well, you never expect it. When you have that power differential between you and your favorite artist or you and your favorite writer or whatever, there's always that chasm between you and them, and you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm never gonna hear back. So,
or your favorite chip company.
I was getting ready to say that. That's exactly where I was going, Lee. We actually approached Herg's brand snack foods, and they sponsor the show now. Like here was the email process. Like I emailed Herg's. And I said, look, we're morbidly obese. And we're a huge fan of your snack foods. And we were, trying to maybe switch promotion for product. I was like, you mail us a crate of hers every month, and we'll talk about we'll promote your. I told him, I shot from the hip. I told him straight up, we're coming up. We're trying to build our fan base, and we love your food. We're a big fan of it. We talk about it anyway, regardless of what you say. And I didn't really expect to hear anything out of it. And then it was like a day later, 2 days later, I get an email from their head of marketing. He was like, yeah, I think that's great. I think we can work something out. What do you have in mind? And I think my reply was, hi. I'm Jeremy. I was really excited. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not as epic as your story, but in our minds, man, to actually hear from one of our favorite potato chip providers.
Hey, you know what? Like I said, it is what it is. It's closing that distance between you and something that you hold higher than yourself. You know. And Bart and Michelle have actually been super great. If anytime I've had questions, all I have to do is email them, and they're like, "Okay, here are the things that you need to do. Here are the things you should stay away from." Like, they've been super instrumental in getting this thing going. And
that's awesome.
They actually sent me the original ink and pencil of the cover that they did for me as a Christmas present. Bart was clearing out his old stock, and Michelle had emailed me and said, hey, we want to give you the first shot at this if you want it. Bart said he'd sell it to you for $750 because they normally do $1,000 for an original. And I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I can come up with that kind of cheese. I don't know. Let me go open my couch cushions and see what I can find.
Yeah, because we all got that in our couch.
No, Travis,
right, exactly.
Travis, I hate to put you on the spot while we got Jordan standing here because he got up and he's been running around. You do an absolutely unprecedented, unparalleled, impeccable impression of two of my favorite idiots from the 90s.
Oh, God.
Beavis and Butthead.
Okay. This is going to be great. This is going to be so stupid. Just watch.
That is amazing.
Hey,
one of the first...
What would you like to talk about?
One of the first times I actually spoke to Travis, he started doing the Beavis and Butthead. He was sitting there having a conversation with himself as Beavis and Butthead, and I was like, no. He does.
No. But she is kind of hot. Yeah, she's got boobs.
That is spot on, dude. That is awesome.
I swear, if I ever find Mike Judge's phone number, I'm going to call him and I'm going to leave a message on his answering machine.
Yeah,
as
speaking
Beavis
of
and
which,
Butthead.
you actually recorded a voicemail as Beavis and Butthead on my voicemail on my phone.
I want to be like, hello, Mr. Judge, sir. We would like to have our show back, please.
Yeah, get rid of those buttholes that are doing our voices now.
Yeah, that's freaking amazing.
Like that's, that I'm totally going to do it if I ever find it. But,
That is
I
awesome.
miss that show so much, and then when they re-released it, it was such a letdown because it wasn't the same guys doing the voice. And
See, Jordan liked some of the
I
re-release
missed
Beavis
Frog
and Butthead.
Baseball and Iron Justice, and I missed all of that. But whatever.
I felt that way about Ren and Stimpy. Like when they tried to redo Ren and Stimpy, man, it. Hey Jordan, if you grab a mic, you can be on the show. I don't think anybody can hear you, buddy. Right on. Well, just be sure when you're listening to turn this part up so you can hear Jordan kind of off in the background, off in the distance.
Yeah, he's over there in the corner.
So,
He's like talking, but we can't hear him.
Travis, how'd you come across Josh here and Kane?
Actually, it's been kind of a crazy domino effect. Josh was a manager at the GameStop here in Frankfort, Kentucky, and I came in and interviewed for an assistant manager position. Started working with him, which was how we met Matt Walker, our colorist. He was a customer that used to come in, and we talked to him about stuff, and then all of us kind of put this idea together. They helped me start to put the rest of the actual physicality of the idea together, and then at Comic Creators Day here at Moonlight, I got a whole bunch of text messages from a whole bunch of our friends, including Josh and Matt, like, hey, this guy Kane's pretty good. You should check him out. And I was like, okay, send me some pictures. And they're like sending me pictures and stuff. And I'm like, wow, okay.
Did they send you pictures of Kane's artwork, or did they
Right,
send
yeah,
you
no,
pictures of
pictures of
Kane
No, they were-
lifting
yeah,
weights and knocking helicopters out of the air?
Kane punching
Actually,
a tank.
if he had actually
Yeah,
sent me
Stone
a picture
Cold
of
in a
Kane
headlock.
punching a tank, I would have come down here that day. But as it stood, I had some other stuff that was going on that day, unfortunately, and so they sent me a picture of his artwork, and it was great stuff. And I was like, hey, I called him and said, I got this idea for a comic book series. Would you be interested in doing it? And he was like, sure, let's sit down and talk about it. And that's just kind of how it all started.
I actually read Kane's profile. It said, and this is a direct quote, I've got it pulled up here on the screen.
Oh, Lord.
It says, I enjoy punching helicopters, drinking beer, and doing the art. That's exactly what it says.
I left out the apostrophe.
I like to do the art.
I like it. Yeah. And I'm giving the tanks a break today. I really am. I did jump a helicopter on the way over here.
Just one.
Just one. Yeah. I mean, it's a
Slow
short.
down.
It was a
It's a
warm-up.
short helicopter ride over
Yeah.
from my apartment. So yeah.
Still reeling from the 4th of July.
So is this what you do? Like, you have the comic written out. So then, do you guys just like, call up Kane and be like, all right, Kane, this is what we want. You have like 5 days to do like 3 pages, get it done, or we kidnap your children.
No, I don't want to do that because he'll punch me,
It's
and that
hard.
hurts a lot.
It's hard to keep Kane on task because every time they give him the idea what they want as far as the artwork, and what he sends them is just him drawing pictures of himself like he's got like a cheetah in a headlock.
Yeah.
It's just vanity pictures of
was
him
actually my
wrestling a
favorite
bull
one.
to the ground and shit.
Feeling
They're
more
like,
like Chuck Norris by the second.
They're like, Kane, this is great, but we kind of need you to stay on point. He's like, yeah,
Although
but
we're
if you turn the
entertaining the
page,
cheetah
I'm jumping a helicopter on this page.
We're entertaining putting the cheetah headlock on a cover somewhere.
That I
was
would buy
pretty
the shit out of that.
So like, how does that work then? I mean, like I said, you have it all written out, and you've got like a bunch of it like scripted.
Right.
What's this process? Because I'm totally stupid on this.
Okay. Well, again, this was all a learning thing for me too. I didn't really know how it all worked out. But
Google.
what I did was right. Well, actually, I found a comic site that Kane turned me on to called MakingComics.com,
Mhm.
which is actually really helpful for anybody that is trying to do this on their own. Basically, what I did was I wrote out the synopses for each of the issues. I wrote 12 issues. Ended up being about 53 pages total of just straight paragraph writing. And then after that, what I do is I'll go back and I'll take each of those issues, which typically is 3 or 4 pages of just regular prose style writing, and then I'll script it out. And by that, I'll take the sections out of it and I'll write down what each panel is supposed to look like, kind of what I visualize in my head, and then what words are going to be attached to that panel. And then I send it to Kane, and he does something completely different.
Not completely different. The gist was there.
More cheetahs and
Well,
headlocks.
but the best part is, though, is so far, so far, every time I have sent him a script and every time he has sent me a page back, it is so far much more than what I even visualized.
I can see the text messages. Kane texts you and he's like, bro. He leads right, bro. I got a great idea for the next cover, and it's just him standing there flexing his muscles. Like, I sketched it out, man. What do you think?
Well,
all right. As customary for this show, when we're here, man, and this goes back to a previous episode. We talk about it all the time. I'm going to ask you a question, and this is for Josh, Travis, and Kane.
Really serious.
I think I've asked this question to Kane before when he was on the show previously. If you had to pit Wolverine versus Mr. Miyagi, who would win?
Serious question. Really got to think about it.
Seriously, man, give it some thought.
Wolverine versus Miyagi. You know.
The unfortunate part of that question is the fact that I want Mr. Miyagi to win.
Yeah,
I want him to win.
that was my first instinct was to say Miyagi, but I have to consider.
But
Well, then go with
ramifications of
Miyagi,
fighting
by all means.
Wolverine.
The problem inherent with that is the fact that
Wolverine
has got-
regenerates.
well, he's got healing factor, which is one thing,
Not anymore.
and then
Not anymore.
well, okay, then in that case, Miyagi all the way.
there you
Miyagi.
go. Even
Yeah.
with the regenerative powers.
notice, guys,
I
how
don't care.
I've been through this. I've been through this salvo before, and so I just sat over here and shut up because I knew where this was going, and there is no right answer other than
Well, I know
Mr.
that's
Miyagi.
one of those Zen questions. Like everybody's got their own thing. So, and for me, I'm going to go with Mr. Miyagi every day of the week,
Right on,
unless
man.
it's prison rules, and then it's Wolverine. So
Okay, that's pretty racist, but we'll let it slide.
It's one of those shows now.
Well, guys, man, thank you so much for being here.
oh, thanks for having us.
Plugging? Anything to plug?
Yep.
www.facebook.com/angels have come is the Facebook page. I would give you the Indiegogo address, but it's gone now, so don't worry about it. And then also, we're actually building an imprint site called www.bigbadcomics.com. We tried to do it with the CS like you normally would spell comics, but somebody else already had it. So,
Those bastards.
congratulations to us, right? But yeah, www.bigbadcomics.com. It's our local little imprint that we've got. We've got another title called Ethos that's going to be coming out with that as well. They've already dropped the 0 issue, which is awesome. If you get a chance to check it out, do that as well. So
That's awesome, man. Travis, Josh, Kane, thanks, guys, for coming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, guys.
sure.